is the I am that I am, the Alpha and the Omega, the covenant-keeping God. You are the beginning and the end. We say, Adokwe to your holy name. The journey so far, it has not been easy, but by your mercies, but by your grace, we give you all the adoration. We've gathered to discuss, we've gathered to think, we've gathered about your assignment. We beseech divine directions and guidance. In the end, all glory will come back to you. In the name of Jesus, we've prayed. Amen. Coming to see you. Let's clap for, I will not mention their names, but let's clap for our first producers. It's beautiful to put it across that the first batch, the producers for the first batch, you know, in the training, we categorize it into two, first batch and second batch. But the production, it does not matter when you did the training. What matters is when you've been able to start with your production, so long as the implementation is concerned. And with joyful hearts, I would love to bring to your notice a report from the park. First and foremost, like I said, the road has not been easy. Before we enter into it, Proverbs 4:16. Proverbs 4:16. Proverbs 4, verses number 16.
They have done mischief.
They sleep not, except they have done a mischief.
And their sleep is taken away.
Even if they want to relax, they want to sleep. The Bible tells us that their sleeps has been taken away. And continue.
Unless they cause some to fall.
Unless they cause some to fall. And so, right from the word go, they say, what? You want to be a billionaire? No. And that is the very first day. The very first day you put your name on the subscription list. That is the very first day from the satanic kingdom they declared war against the success of your project. And the Bible is telling us that on you, because of you, they sleep not. Even if they want to give up, for her she has reached, we cannot. So let's relax. He says that they take their sleeps from them unless they causes you to fall. But yes, God is telling us this for us to be aware that it's automatic. It's like the force of gravity. The force of gravity is constant. But Romans chapter 8, verses number 31.
Says, what then shall we say to these things? If God is for us.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, let me see your right hand. Let me see your right hand. Hallelujah. He said, Koshoro, do not be afraid. What then shall we say? If the whole runner remains the commander in chief. There is our weekly update, the last one, which came this week. You will see the beauty of the last officer that came for a strike of Mr. Kayode. Oh, I don't know what to be mentioning them. Unfortunately, names are coming.
Go ahead, sir. We know them.
It's not for anything. But I want you to see the action with your eyes. You'll not hear it, you'll be seeing it with your eyes. Yesterday, the alert was going to start yesterday. A small work between our organization and UBA could not materialize, but it has been done this morning. And so, let's clap for Jesus. But I have brought your record sheet. And we are coming to go into the record sheet. Today's interaction is going to be quite different from the one we have been doing every day. Today, there are going to be more of, it's going to be in science, when we talk about bonding, we have ionic bonding, which one is originating and one will be accepted. But today we are going to form dative covalent bonding, as we are going to share. And so I give you a gift, and at the end of the day, it will all come together to glorify the Lord. It was very beautiful for us to note that the first groups, since you know them, it's again a group. Is it last 2 days? Or yes, last 2 days. All of them, their produce were harvested from their farms, which is recorded beautifully.
Hallelujah.
Beautifully. And then somebody will go to university and study a program for 4 years. They will come write application. But we learned a simple technology for 2 days. And the glory and the beauty of it is that what we learned today, we have evidence of what we learned yielding and producing by the grace of the Almighty God. Today that we are speaking, today this meeting, after the end of today's meeting, we are still going to meet with those that have started the production to finalize something with them. Why I honored this very meeting is that we will think about one important issue. We will think about one important, in Afri-Global and WhatsApp International, we serve you. And then we don't impose decisions on you, but when we bring the suggestion and we explain why we want it to be like that, and then you also bring your mind. When you sign it, we now carry it. So after the whole presentation, we are going to be dealing on it. It is very beautiful to also note that for the bag producers, this is a special meeting for fruiting. But let me touch more about the bagging. For the bag producers, they are doing well. We opened a special interventional program which was opened and it ended on the 9th of October. So everybody that wanted to produce without you having a structure, you just get the materials so that we will start producing at our own place for you, and we'll be incubating it for you whilst we are building your own, which by God's grace a lot of people in Lagos network subscribed. It is very beautiful that I announce to you that among those that subscribe, they are due for payment. And some are getting 600,000, some are getting 1.2 million. And it's all to the glory of the Lord. And so this week, I'm going to take boom. In the name of Jesus. And it's all to the glory of the Lord.
Amen.
You know, this is what happens in the kingdom of the Lord. The kingdom of the Lord is supposed to be a joy here on earth. You are not supposed to die before you see the kingdom. No. Satan did not take heaven. The heaven is there. Once you are saved, after conversion, you are a candidate of heaven. But to be able to enjoy the Zoe life, from Genesis chapter 1 up to Genesis chapter 2, the Zoe life there, to be able to enjoy it, and that's why Jesus came to restore. So, if you are sick, you are not so, it must not be so. If you are poor, it must not be so. And then and then the divine formula which God has given. And that's exactly what we are executing. And this must be shown real. We must feel it, we must see it, we must taste it. The fruiting has started on a cool note. And it's very beautiful. Now I have come to encourage us that our parties are here. Our parties are here.
Yes.
Pastor Batera. Please, fruiters, you are our hope. You are our hope. The parties across Nigeria, they are killing us. The orders that are coming for you, they are serious. And so, for all of us that are here, we should be devising our own plans here and there so as to be able to boost the, because when Afri-Global as organization, we start camping the bus for production on our own, it will be taking what God wants us to give you. And we have frustrated ourselves. We are still giving it to you. And so please try to key in it and try to utilize it and utilize it well. Well, as we speak, we told you from day one, and it was hard for people to believe. We told you that the marketing of the program is designed inside the program. It is a project with its marketing assured. Now, all that is left for you is to produce and to certify the market. By the grace of the Almighty God, wherever and whoever, last weekend, Dr. K can affirm, we hosted executives from the Nigerian Medical Council, and then we did practical research with them with the mushrooms in Ilaru, which they have carried it to Lagos, and then they are still treating a lot of people with it, which the results that they are bringing us is very beautiful, which the medical council is now ready to rope it along. Wow. What's it? Help for the people. What's it? Equal opportunity for all. In fact, now what is happening is that when you go to Japan now, in any hospital in Japan, any issue of cancer, you'll be treated with the mushroom. Wow. You can cross-check. And now we are trying that here in Africa, we will adhere to it. Because before the whites came and before all these chemical issues came, we were feeding ourselves on our herbs. Yes. Natural way of treating ourselves. And everybody that have gained health independence from the mushrooms knows that it cuts it into two. Unlike the chemicals you are taking, which you are taking products for heart or for your BP, and it's giving you headache, and it tackles one and it gives you 3 different problems. You take product for diabetes, it tackles the diabetes, the sugar level, and it's giving you about 15 different effects. So the manufacturer himself has, if you take the manual inside, you see that they have written the side effects. And go and look at the list of side effects you are getting. So when you look at the list of side effects the thing is coming to give you, and you minus it from why you are taking it, then what is the need? Chloroquine and the modafinil and the quinquine family started killing people in Europe. Then what other organization directed it to Africa? Something that is killing white, why must it be directed to Africa? A new revolution has come. And the most beautiful aspect is that you are the ambassador. You are the ambassadors.
Amen.
What's it?
Cash for the people.
By the grace of our Almighty God, it has proven itself beyond all medical research. You just carry the argument and put it inside your hand. Just bring the disease and meet the disease with the product. By the grace of the Lord, heaven will be. Now, you can ask our bodies are calling every now and then. The demands are on them, plenty. But the producers that have started and the proceeds that are coming out, the kind of monies that people have deposited with our parties is not easy. And they are all for you. Your own is to produce. Your own is to produce. Master, when we planted your destiny, I want you to share your experience with us. When you came, all the things you saw with your eyes and the things we trained you in the training, did you confirm it or it was not so? When you planted it, did it travel above the time limit we gave you? So let's clap for Master Giwas. He shares his experience with us. And then we give opportunity to Master Kayode. And then Mama, Mrs. Honor. So we take three. We take 4. 2. Okay, no, let's balance it. Let's take 2 men and 2 men. Master Kayode.
What's it? Equal opportunity for all.
Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful for this, for honoring me to stand before my people. Yes, the spirit is one, sir. I just want to continue from where I stopped. Yes, sir. Because before your arrival, I've already started, sharing the experience with them. So to cut the long story short, when the structure was handed over to me, in fact, it might interest you to note that the birds are already fruiting. Majority of them are as wide as my palm. Wow. Please, my people, you are not clapping yet. I want you to clap for this organization. So it's a very, very nice experience, which I cannot even explain enough. So that was why the other time I was encouraging all of us, we have already keen, but let us take a bold step to continue. Please, it's a word of encouragement. Let us take a bold step to continue. Because some people say seeing is believing. Me, I've gone, I've seen, I've conquered, and I'm sharing this experience. So please, let us from today continue to check our WhatsApp, the platform, do the follow-up, take a bold step of faith, move to the path, and do the needful. All that the CEO has said is the truth and nothing but the truth. To cut the long story short, that is just it. So those of you that are here in the morning, this is a continuation of what I've just said. Thank you.
Oh, let's clap for master.
What's it?
Cash for the people.
What's it?
Health for the people.
What's it?
Equal opportunity.
You are talking to us. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. In fact, it's a great privilege, and I want to appreciate the WASIP authority, our chairman, and all the leaders. Because me, as a person, I'm giving them trouble. I don't allow them to rest.
Please stop them with questions.
Yes, I call them often. Like him, you know what he has seen from me. I will say, are you not the one that is representing us? You should be carried along. Why like this? Why like that? But thank God, it has not been easy. It has not been easy. And it is not because we that started, we are rich. It is a determination. And I want to encourage all of us to try. It is good. Before we got there that day, our structure, our bars were arranged in the structure and they have started fruiting just as it says. You know, if you want to give back money for investment, it is not actually easy. More especially, like I told my daughter, she was into one business and it's like she was not ready to take risks. I said business is a risk. I said look at what we are doing in Ilaro, for example. The man in question is from Ghana. We don't know him. What if we give him money and he disappear overnight? We don't know where to find him to. I was surprised one gathering like that. I was saying that, thank you for believing in me. What if I disappear? The way I just said, I just laughed where I was sitting. So to God be the glory, it has been wonderful. The experience has been wonderful. And I encourage us, like I said, all of us who key into it will not regret it. Thank you very much.
Worship. Well, we thank God for what He's doing in our life at this point in time. Especially, I will appreciate the leadership of ACF and the body of worship and Afri-Global. It's worthy of note to appreciate this set of people because they are just like the tire that keep the vehicle of our success moving. Yeah. When they came in August, I will appreciate Pastor Phillips because that day we were just like about 5 or 8 in the boardroom upstairs. So they talked to us. From that day, I took it upon myself because I really want to see the training coming up. They fixed the date, we attended. And after that, in fact, that same month, I expect the business started because I've seen what is there. I've seen what's there. Mommy said that business is a risk. A pastor was preaching not long ago. He said that salary earners, they don't work on faith. He said, but business people, they work on faith. The reason is because once they put their money, the rest is up to God. They are looking unto God. If the money comes back, glory be to His name. If the money do not come back, that doesn't stop them. They are still taking a step ahead. That's business. So we business people, we have faith even more than the pastors. So, by the grace of God, we were invited on the Wednesday, 38th of October to the park for handing over of our structures. For those of us that have put little into it. But unfortunately, that morning I was out of Lagos. I was going out to another state. I called them. So it was Monday this week. I was having a chance to check into the place. And I was impressed. I was impressed. Please, a round of applause for this. There were some things that really need to be put in place in the structure. The CEO discussed with me the last time I went to his office. And I must say this, that all these things were put in place even before we came to shoulder the responsibility. They have done it. The readiness to make people be on their next level is so important to them. This is one thing I've seen in them. For those of us that have not started, though it's a little bit capital intense, the more money you put, the more money you make. Yes, the bigger your farm, the bigger your money. And we have seen it that even the money is not what you struggle for. One of the things I've experienced over the year is this. I bought market from China. When it comes to Nigeria, buying it for us is not a trouble. But when it gets here, how do you market it? How do you tell people about the products? How do you go about it? There are a lot of ways going about it, but They are very, very stressful, very, very strenuous, very, very capital intensive. In fact, the money you will use to do advertisements is more than the money you use to buy the market and ship it, and even clear it before it gets to the hand of people. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. You need, in fact, at times you need payment on delivery. Are you the one that will take it there? Somebody places order in Lagos, another one in Abuja, another one in Ibadan. You will do that on the same day? One will die on time now. So, but in the case of this business, all you need to do is just let your bag fruit out. They have, in fact, workers are available. They do that at your own convenience. You can travel to anywhere of your choice. Your alert tells you that that money has dropped again. Let me put this. Let me add this. On Monday, I call MIS. MIS said it's not in Ogun State, that he has traveled to Lagos. I called Oga. I said, sir, I am coming to your office and I've called the MIS and it's not available. Hope I will meet you, sir. He said, yes, no problem. But he's going somewhere now. He was going to the bank. So when I got to the office, I asked of him. They said, yeah, he's not around. I called him. Sir, I'm in your office. He said he's still in the bank. Okay, can I come up? Because even myself, I want to collect my ATM card. He said, no problem, I should come. So when I got there, I saw him very busy signing some papers, signing some documents. I said, wow. I said, this is great, sir, because I know the money are coming. The monies are coming. I know some of them will even drop in dollars. So to tell us that the payment system, all has been perfected. All has been perfected. It is automated. And I want to tell us, for those of us that have not started, that the security of your business is 100% guaranteed. What do I mean? I was at the, because somebody who is business-minded and has been in business will know some ethics or duties that he or she should look into in any new business. The secured one is a profitable one. Thank you very much.
I think one of the key problems that the fruiters have emerged from when they went on the first day. The allocation of the slots was not done. It then became like a kind of mirage to many of them coming over to Idaho to possess their possession. Even since they went on that first time, right? How many of them on their own have visited the park? So it now be a kind of a fear kind of thing. And one thing we should note is that there is nothing that that will be good on its own that does not have a little challenge. Am I right? Yeah. When I was working, my MD used to make a statement that if you are going to make money, you should be ready to spend money. And I think that that philosophy applied to virtually every facet of life. This is an investment that, God helping us, you can have it there, come home, come and sleep. This morning now, I've spoken with my staff. Yes. See you. Me, I get, I get 2 legs. How many legs do you have?
So little.
I have 1 leg with baggy. I have another leg with
Fruiting.
because my daughter is there and my wife is there. So I have 2 legs.
And Paddy. What another leg?
Paddy, I'm there myself. Praise the Lord. Why many of us, that not include myself, why many of you are afraid is because, I mean, you are not taking your positions because you are afraid. And the fear is unfounded. I go to the park virtually once in a week, at least once in a week. And the staff cannot fabricate any story for me. And I know what is happening. Initially, me myself have been trained. You cannot verbose me in any area. And so lucky am I when the footers were even doing their own training too, I put one eye.
You took it.
Not 2 eyes, 1.
One guy.
So please, let's face the reality. Come on. There is nothing that will bring you money that will not demand. When I got my first staff, I got accommodation for him in a nearby. I spearheaded, I went, I got for him. That's even right from the foundation of the work. And then one of the things killing me of is that how much will it even cost? They said it will cost this amount. Hey, how will I get it? Hey. But what I did, I started the whole thing from scratch with my team. I mean the bagging. You know in bagging, we love one another. They did some pairing for us. We are 5-5. And that's my own unit of 5. Me, I go be the Agbalagba among them, and I will carry them along. And then, what do we need? We need bamboo. Let somebody get bamboo for us. That one is not much important. What's next stage? Okay, this is the next stage. Somebody get this for us. And that's gradually, and we have built our own incubation room. Cement is necessary. I looked at it, I can cut costs. It is the business itself that will generate the money for the cement. And I told them, me, I'm not constructing cement now. And what will you do? I will use tarpaulin, carpet, and very fine. I carried it from home here, from my house, at the Deododo. You know Deododo, where all the roads end. I carried it to Ilaro, okay? And we are working, and I have not even constructed this, and I'm not ready for the cement now. That work is going on. So if you sit afar, the thing will look so big, like a mountain that can never be surmounted. Okay? Are you seeing the smoke? Mom, I cannot finish this food. But by the time the child starts with the, just like bit, we didn't feel something. The plate is clean. So please come up. Are you with me? Yes. While I'm encouraging you, right? I will give you 1 or 2 challenges. Okay, sir.
I see that.
Carry go.
If you people have been coming, you will to join me.
Yes.
I know they are trying. I know the cost is much, but notwithstanding. Okay? Like, when we started, hey, you need a clinic of water to construct your this thing. That's part of what we go off. I have not bought any trailer or tanker of load, water, and yet my work is going on. So some of these things that seems to be like fear to us are really not there. Am I communicating?
Yes,
I wish we're able to listen to each of you one by one, be telling us what are your fears. Are you with me? And let those who have been going be able to come and tell you, so that you will be fascinated and be encouraged. But the issue is that encourage yourself first, so that you don't be building your in the air. It wasn't. It is okay. It is moving fine. And I'm praying. Me, thank God for the bailout they provided. I don't even need to go through the bailout. You know why? At home, I used to tell them in the house, those markets at the back of your house, at the back of your house, they are meant for the arrow. You know the meaning of arrow? Those markets at the back of your house, at the back of your room, they are meant for the arrow. Not visiting the arrow, but visiting the park. After that first time that you went there, raise up your hand. I say you see. 1 and a half. The people that I persuaded among the footers is that they should use the mold. The demonstration room they made incidentally, they use the mud. If they use the mud and the mud is working, am I correct, sir? Is it working? If it is working for them, it will work for us. Is that all right? And when you use the mud, you even put your dog, all the one that I want to do, what our incubation and the fruiting room, we are going to put dog. Apart from the fact that there will be security, let the security be added, additional security. And that's okay. Your staff, they have the key. The way they program it, even those of us in banking, the staff will get to the farm in the morning, collect the materials from the admin officer, do the work. Then, since they collected it from the farm there and they have to use it in the farm there, they cannot steal it. It is if and they are collecting what they can use for the day. They are not collecting excess. It is if the other materials are there that there can be elements of stealing. And for you in the fruiting, when they harvest, they don't need to carry it to their house. They are not hawking for you. They will submit it to them there. All that you will see is the grrrr you hear.
We give all glory and honor to the Almighty God. In fact, it has not been easy. It has not been easy. For the issue of the water, so long as the production is concerned, it's very, very important aspect. By God's grace, the person working on it reported with his materials on site on Monday. So this very week, by the time this week will end, the water is there. Amen. Then the issue of the structure, just like our pastor said, is true. There is a ban from the state governor. So the Plank Sellers Association are being pursued with police and soldiers whenever they are cutting them. Now, fortunately, we have, the structures, we have also subcontracted it to contractors, which we have trained on how to do the structure to standard. And then we have about 2 of them who are importing the logs from different states, which is close. And some of them, I think they are not importing, but they have strong link with the forestry, which they are still bringing it. So for the incubation rooms, they are on it seriously. The fruiting rooms, you can see all those ones, they were as a result of the contractor that started the first one. You will see that it is still there, because he is affected seriously. His last consignment that he was bringing, he was arrested, and then it was a whole lot. And so we could understand why he's unable to continue. But the subsequent contracts we are holding, they are all mud. They are all mud. And so we still have people that are building the most structures for us. And then we have other contractors too that are building the plants for incubation, which the supply is of a trusted and reliable source. And so to that area, that is it. There's our payment system. This is the Afri-Global Farms Processing Enterprise, the farm record sheets. This is for Mr. Ige. So once this is issued to a producer, it means that his proceeds have started. And so the first harvest was harvested on the 4th, which, as we speak, today I understand that there will be harvest. Today I understand there will be harvest. And
the plant we are using for the fruit as one has been set aside that we are going in more.
Thank you.
Is it what you want to tell us about?
Thank you. Please, you can sit down. Structures that we have approved. We have the mud and we have the plank. When they submitted the cost for all, the mud was far higher than the plank. And we did not want financially our producers to be financially, so we selected the plank. Equally, the plank that we've done, we've used hygrometer to test the humidity, which is, there's no difference between this one and that one due to the technologies and standards we are using. Now, because we encountered the plank, you know, the park you see, we have about 9 contractors that are working on structures. Every contractor have the number of structures he has collected from the organization. You are paid and then we monitor, you build it. It is some of the contractors who have been affected by the ban. We still have some that are still, those that are still working, they are those that they have built structures which we have given out. And as we speak, yesterday they built a number of them, today they are building a number and they are still working. So the contractors are of different. Those ones who think they cannot get it unless the ban is lifted, they have told us. And then we are looking at means of continuing there. But what I'm saying is that we are still going to build, we are building more of the mud structures also. We are building more of the mud structures. So when you want the organization to do a structure for you, if you want mud, you can indicate. If you want plank, you can indicate. For now, we still have supply of the plank, which plank structures are still ongoing. And so I don't want a situation whereby, because you can ask the first batch, we did not give them a single mud structure. All the structures we are giving them are, because all the contractors, they are working. Those doing mud are working, those doing plank. The mud, the reason why we don't want the mud to enter inside too much is that it takes time. By the time they finish with the 15 by 25, it is almost getting to more than 3 weeks. And so, you know, the producers are plenty. So, you know, just by the time the structures will be ready, it will be taking years. Then somebody will have to sit and wait for. So, we are still encouraging more of the plank. But the way we are constructing it, when you enter inside, you know that, yes, the humidity is what is required and for the whole project. So, this is the farmer's record sheet. A lot of people think farms and agric is for those who are not able to make it. That is, in fact, the first institution that God Himself created. And until we see farms as business, we can't attain the billionaires we must attain from that sector. But no sector pays more than that of agric. And you are coming to see it rare with your eyes. Now, you have this is the date, the first harvest, second harvest will be like that. The description, this is fresh mash, the amount, the officer's sign, and the farmer's sign. This is Christiana Ejiofor, it is also there. This is Alice Ona, it is also there. And then it will be like that. Now, you can see when Master Kayode came, with the leadership of UBA on the marketing, because we are designing a very, very, very solid system whereby everything is automatic. So immediately the records comes from the farms to the office, the IT unit do the entries, the bank get it, and then we are working on an app which we are installing it on our machine, on our system, and so everything will be put right there. Well, one of the suggestions that came up in the meeting yesterday was that instead of making it daily payment, we should make it weekly. So from Monday up to Saturday, that is 6 days, then the process are closed. We sign, then the payment enter, then that sheet, this work is done, then another sheet takes place for another week. So it will be weekly instead of the daily. It will be weekly. So we said, okay, that is not the system before, and that is not what we have discussed with you at the onset of the program. And we don't want a situation whereby we will bring change on the way without discussing it with you. So today, let me present it in the meeting, if you agree. Because the bags they started with, they are not 20. Somebody is starting with 100, somebody is starting with 120, and you can see we have 1 kg, we have 2 kgs. And so it will be, we are crediting 2,000 naira, 2,000 naira. But now, this 2,000 can accumulate. And then when it is 6 days, the total proceeds that has been generated from the farm enters the account, you will see it, and then we take it up from there. So within from Monday to Saturday, the records will be here and it will be in the system. Then we will do the payment on Saturday so that every week we have fresh work that way. So we said that we'll come and we'll discuss. For bargain, we have no problem because bargain is one time something. One of the things that I said that as we have this opportunity that we are all meeting, let's table it and then let's think about it. Actually, this thing is supposed to be between the producing, the now producing bodies as well as the executives. But for the purpose of all of us that are here, we have decided that we will all share it and we will all bring our minds so that when the few producers that are producing us, in case they now agree, then new producers now join the crate, and then they wait for 1 day, 2 days, and they are not seeing alert. They say, hey, Omo Ghana, don't go Ghana. and so that is why I have come with that lesson. And the last one is we are opening up the interventional program again. Let's understand it well. Nothing must limit you from doing the production after learning it. And all these fingers are not what? Equal. And so as we speak, when you go to the industrial park now, you see that there is a construction of another structure. Before this first process, the first producers, we received a directive from God that the tower should go on the mountains for 3 days. When we went, before we closed and we were coming, another this thing came that a lot of producers cannot see money to produce. That is structure-wise. And so it is not as if they don't want it, but they are not seeing money to do it. And so we are building a big structure that is 60 by 120 feet. You will not pay anything. If you want to do the production under the interventional, it means you lose the allocation we have given you before. Then you come there. You come and do, that one is not like the bailout, which is temporary. That one, the shelves you will construct the shelves depending on the capacity you want to do. So if you want to do 1,000, you just construct that of 1,000. We have built the structure already. So you only go and put that inside. And that structure, they are completing it this week. This week. The contractor have given him maximum by next week Friday. But he has assured that he will finish it this week, which it has started. And this is an opportunity for all our producers across. It's not limited to only Lagos. And so if you want to join, please, you will let the executives know by your name so that we will be able to put you there. And that one, all that you need is that you do shelves and you put it inside and you buy your bags and you are working.
Question. Sit down now. That's question.
We'll give room for questions. Let me explain. The current things that is going on there, and we put it on YouTube for you. That is live. So that you see it just as you are there. So you stay in the comfort of your office and you monitor everything. Then under the video you will see the comment area. So if you have a comment, a contribution, a question, you put it there. And we make ourselves available every day when the video is released from 11:30 in the night till 3 a.m. I am available there to be answering all the questions that are put there. And so please, everybody should make good use of that channel so that you will be updated, because it's not good that you are doing something and then you don't know how it is moving. So when you cannot all get chance to be coming there every now and then, but at least you can be updated. So when you have any question and you put it there, we treat it officially. When the question requires that we bring the marketing manager to come and answer, we bring him to come and answer. And it requires that we bring the production manager, we bring him to come and answer. Whatever question that you have, whatever thing that you have, you just put it there. And it's official page for Afri-Global that it is there for you. So we beg of you, let us all, on your platform, you can see that it is there. When the IT unit upload it, we will carry the whole link to you on the platform. So you just follow it from there. You click on it, and then you are now taken through it. This project you are seeing, it is 20%. The physical aspect is 20%. It is 80% spiritual. Nothing happened on this planet we call Earth without it taking place in the spiritual realm. Yes. If it does not happen in the spiritual realm, it cannot happen. All this change God has brought, all this change we are talking about, if we put the spiritual aspect down, we are not doing anything, we are not going anywhere. You can ask Masakayode and those that came there. When we return from the mountains, God is just revealing them by way of snakes, and we are killing them a day minimum we kill for. Minimum. We pray for the destiny of our country, Africa, and the world at large. We pray for our project. God has told us in Proverbs chapter 16. Please, you can read it for us.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy ways unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
You understand? Commit your work. The planning, how you want the whole thing, how you want to be successful in the project. The physical work, it warrants small. He says, after it, bring it to me, commit it to me, and your thoughts, and whatever you've intended, whatever you've planned, whatever you are going to do, it's now that I will establish it. And so we've designated only one day, the whole month, 31 days, only one day. And you know, when it was in Ogun State alone, everybody was coming. And the last Wednesday we all meet and then we wire. But now, people are from Ilorin, people are from Bomosho, people are from Remo, Lagos, Uganda, and other places. So we cannot meet like we were doing. That is why the few people that will be chance are there. We will now use the workers. Now the working staffs are now more than 50. And so we use them as a point of contact for all our producers across Africa, and then we do the prayer. Your own is just to go online and key in, because it is your spirit, my spirit, and our spirit put together. That is what heaven is waiting for. Yes, what are my people saying? My people are saying this. Then heaven has established it. Read verse 9. God is
cat deviseth his way.
Wait. The planet. And so, oh, I want to be a billionaire. That is not enough. You plan it. God says, oh, people are praying without plan. No. He said, where is your plan? Where is your plan? He says, a man's heart devises the ways. Yes.
But the Lord directs his steps.
And when you have the plan already, he says, I will direct your steps. So you don't think about the money. You don't think about the money. When we had different programs. When God says you put everything down and go to the mountain with the team, we did not question him. We all carried ourselves and we went. He said we should fast for 2 days. Went and did it. It was after we finished that he now explained why. And when it came, it's manifesting like something. It's manifesting like something. And so we beg of you, our YouTube, thank you man, our YouTube page, very, very important, so long as this business is concerned. And to your executive, so they
must answer to the someone.
They will deal with you.
Yes. He has handed me over to the executive. Okay. No wahala. Mommy say I should draw CB back. And then I should put my hand like this. Thank God for your life. I was just doing that before you came in. The spirit is one. I was, our PRO came up with a candid, a candid statement, or how do I put it? She came out and she said certain things, and she was going to put the blame elsewhere. I had to get up and I began to explain to the house that I am to blame. So I received it before you came.
In fact, there's one thing I like about your chairman. You know, a lot of things that feels leadership is when we are not ready to take responsibility for our actions. You are pardoned. And I know I have the support of and the go-ahead of your producers. So we can get there. Yes, we say iron, sharpen iron. Beloved, you know, God is one. God is one. When we say, when we read 1 John 1:5, he says that God is light. If we say we know him, we are working with him, we should also be. But if we say, and then please, we are all human beings. That's why the Afri-Global staff is there. That's why I say at the comment area, what is disturbing you, put it there. And we will all shape it and steer it and get there. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Just like he said, even in the scriptures, a man as powerful as Apostle Paul, did he fall sick?
Yes, he was.
Was he disgraced?
Yes, he was.
You won many times. Yes, many times.
Did he had a serpent bite?
Why?
Shipwreck in how many times? Strokes, considered dead, dragged out of the city to the outskirts.
So many times.
And he still came back and did the work of God.
Yes.
That is to tell us that a leader that is not ready to identify with his or her human frailties is not ready to be strong for the Lord. You will always be making excuses. But when you know where you are weak, you will know how to get up. God help us all. So private personal things came up and I could not begin to shout because everybody knows where they should be paid.
Yes.
That is where I will hang it. Now, health of the people. Equal opportunity for all.
Thank you, the House. I hope I heard him well. He talked about, or he's making provision for another platform where we can, produce, not the bailout. Another suggestion about another platform where you and I can come and produce whatever you want to do there. Now the question is, what happens to the bailout? And there, what happens? And are you going to be there permanent or just temporary? Are you going to pay free? We need more enlightened about what you're talking about.
Worship.
Cash for the people.
Worship.
Health for the people.
Worship.
Equal opportunity for all.
We can send a big thank you to our dear director and all our people. What Madam said, we have some of us that have opted for bailout. And we have even registered for it. But what you have just said now seems to be more interesting than the bailout. And you said something that bailout is temporary, but this one is permanent. Does it mean that if you go for this one, the portion allotted to you will be the permanent one? Or like bailout, you'll be in bailout and you still have your own space. You understand my question, sir?
To what she said, the structure allotted to us, are we going to still maintain it or have it with this space? And how much are we going to pay for the space? How much is the money for the shelves?
What's it? What's it?
Equal opportunity for all.
I thank you. The thing is, the bailout is a program which is also an interventional program. But the bailout is, like I said, temporary. That one is like our existence here on earth. We know that we are strangers. That is the bailout for you. When you are in the bailout, that's why you pay a subscription fee of 3,000. When you're in the bailout, you are preparing, you are gathering money for your permanent. But in this one, you are surrounded that you can't have the means to do it. And so we show now, that's where we are. Because from March, we have people that have received training from Ilero, Olorunda, Ojodo. From March, which because of money to construct the structure, even the widows that are taking the bags free, they can get 3,000 to subscribe to join the bailout. They can't get money to do their own structure. And nobody, the projects did not come because of the rich. And so that is why this one is there. So if you know that you are incapable financially, that is where you come here. Okay, well, I cannot develop the land you have given me. And so put me on the interventional program. That is why you will now have to plan it there. Okay, this is the capacity I have intended to do throughout my stay in the program. Therefore, I will now do chefs of maybe up to 5,000 bags. Then you do it, we'll give you that slot. Then your name is tagged there. Then that is your allocation.
Permanent.
Permanent. You are not coming to your structure. As you go there, as you subscribe, you give off your space. You take a space there. So you will take, that's why you take according to your capacity. Oh, that is only assumption and an example. Because I will always advise that if you are coming for that one too, you don't take so small. Because when you start and the thing is giving you the money, now the money is coming, you like to expand. Meanwhile, you've confirmed yourself already. And so if you want to start with maybe 200 bars or 500 bars, you can now do chefs that can take up to 2,000 or 3,000. Then you know that is a beautiful something to keep you from going. Half a loaf, they say, is always better than none. So if somebody has stayed from March, meanwhile, if he's on this, you would have been getting something. And the bailout, you know that the bailout, the percentage subscribers pay to the organization is 50. It's 50-50. But this one is not like that. This one, the subscribers that are going to register, we are all going to meet. We are going to meet because we give you the opportunity to discuss it mutually. Then we peg agreement there and then we continue. But we are building a well-standard structure for that, which means that nobody, there should not be one person that has done training and is staying home without producing. It should not happen. And so that is all in total about it. That is all about it. Thank you.
Ask for the people. Help for the people. Equal opportunity for all.
My question, based on your answers here, like somebody who joined this new one, if peradventure in future, the person now wants to be on his own, can the person move away from that place? Second question, if I want to be on that one, if I cannot move away in the nearest future, that space of 5,000 bags, will it be given to me even if I cannot afford to buy the 5,000 bag for now? To start at a blow. Then my third question, as per the widow, I might not have money to buy bags now, but I know that the organization promised to give us 50-50 bags. If I'm starting with that, are they giving me the bag now? And how urgent is that one going to be? Because I discovered we started early and I wanted it, I wanted to start early. If you remember, I told you I was traveling, I lost a person, and I paid, if you remember. I was the first person that came to meet you. But up till now, nothing was happening. So I want to know if we are starting on this now, if that space of 5,000 will be given to me now, even if I cannot fill it up, and it's going to be permanent, and the 50 bag, are they going to give me to start with before I started adding something as things comes up?
Are you taking your spot now?
Yes, you are not number 5. So that
the 3,000 paid for the bailout.
Yes.
And you now want to move to intervention.
Another, yes.
What happens to your 3,000?
Yes.
Like I said, it's a temporary something. And so one is allowed to move. You can see, Madam wants to exhibit the move. So she's moving. Yes, it is allowed that you can move from the bailout to the interventional program is allowed. When you move and you have registered with the bailout subscription, you can either take it cash or you can convert it to bags. Back to your question. The widows are a huge and big and great priorities to the organization. They are very important to us. For the producers, they can, all of the bags they produce under the interventional program. We have some producing 1,000, we have some producing 2,000 and other things. The bags are almost ready. They are almost ready. They are almost ready. And the incubation room, in this project, one beautiful thing about this project is that nothing about it is hidden. Once you go, you see the incubation room, the bags are there. And those bags are bags that we are paying them. And why are we paying them? We are paying them because we are buying for our widows. Our producers produces, we don't credit it from them. We buy from them before we give you. So your structure is the problem. If you have your structure today, bag is not a problem.
Wasi, don't call intervention. Wasi, intervention.
People are going around.
I want to ask this. Now the first batch has started already. Is it possible for a new person to join? And the doors are still open. When he joins, how is he going to meet up with the
What's a
equal opportunity for all?
Yes. The madam is asking whether there's an opportunity for yes. When currently as we speak, the November production is ongoing. Very soon we'll close it. So when we close it, we focus on the production. And then at the end of the lesson, we clear the payment and then we now go to the December production where we are going to close for our Christmas. And so if you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. Now, the rule is that when you order, if you have structure already, and you order, if you order for structure, we'll use 2 weeks and get your structure for you. If you order for the bags, it is 3 weeks. Your bags, I will get your bags also for you. The orders you are making, we have our production team that are doing the production. It is not magic. I keep saying it. It is only in the Satanic kingdom where they use magic. But when it comes to the kingdom of light, everything is systematic. Yes. Now,
Help for the people. Equal opportunity for all.
And what Proverbs said, when we do quick, we overcome. Now we are relying on that bailout. Now let's see that bailout is kept by the side. There is a one that our director now introduced us to. Please, won't people that is interested started it this week? And let's see how we do it. Because I find out that people has gone far. People that are with us. I believe people that are here is people like us that haven't even joined anywhere over there. That is what I'm seeing here, that people that are here, we never attach ourselves anywhere. So that one that we are now taking us to, right? Won't that one be ready within the week that people that is interested will be there within the week from now till Saturday to make sure that they put that one in order and start fruiting like others.
Slot of space. There's a period of time, if you're unable to utilize it, you lose it as well. So because you don't want the whole thing to be vacant. So when you're able to, that Tokyo, at least every month you are seeing 100,000, you are seeing 200,000. Then for somebody who is not doing anything, getting 100 times, 200 times, then you know that obviously it's a beautiful way you can take yourself out of the hunger and poverty we are all fighting against. Then now with the bailout, if one is producing, you know, the bailout, the space is there, you are producing, you are organizing your money. Okay, after some time, I have now 10 million naira in my account. I want to build my own structure. I want to do my own this, I want to do my own that. You can do it, and then you now go to your own place. So this is the difference. So for all of us that want to start this week, you can kick in the interventional one. Yes, because that one you have nothing to pay. You only place your order.
Already going around. The names are to be written.
So honorable, no problem. I've explained. So you can just write your name on the paper if you want to join that one, and then that is it. No, that one is as quick as possible. As we speak, the contractor is building it. And when it comes to our structure, how we build our structures, today is this your meeting that has taken me from there, like I'm there. We are doing it together. So this week, the contractor has promised that he will finish the structure this week for us. But we have given ourselves up to next week. So once the structure is done, so the list that we are getting, the officers will call the list, and I hope you are putting contact, they'll call you. So if you want to order for bags, you can order for the bags. Because for that one, all that you need is shelves and bag. So now when you order for your bags, the day you order, you calculate your 3 weeks from there. That 3 weeks, your work is starting for you.